Pretty little fears, music to my ear. Say it loud, say it proud, you want it more. We open.
Hey guys, we are gonna wait for some more folks to join. We got about 5 minutes, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Hey Jeremy, glad you made it. Tiffany, I see you. Hey Melissa. So while we're waiting, can you guys hear me okay? Yes, actually, if you find the little chat button, there's a little chat box, and just make sure, click on the chat box and make sure it says to everyone so that everyone can see your responses. But if you can hear me, just type yes in that little box for me so I know that you guys can hear me. Awesome. Tiffany says she can hear me. So then I also want to make sure that you guys are on your computers because we're actually going to be building this thing right now as we go. So I like to maximize time. I don't really see the use in learning something and then having to go back and implement it yourself. So with this, you can build it right now, not wasting any time. So just make sure you have access to your computer. You might even want to put this video on your phone or on a separate screen, and then just make sure it's in a position where you can still access the rest of your computer because we're going to be using a few different screens. So we're just going to give it a few more minutes to allow some other people to join us. I had to turn my phone on airplane mode, y'all. It was blowing up. I can't be having it distract me while I'm trying to teach y'all. Just buzzing over here. All right, so people are still slowly jumping on, but we also want to start on time because I promised you guys that I would get this done for you in an hour. So we need to start now so that I have time to answer any questions or help you do any troubleshooting along the way. So good thing is there were over 100 people that registered for this course, and that's really exciting. That means that it's something that you all really need, and that if we're able to get this going, it's going to save you a whole lot of time and really help you get your content flowing across all of social media. So the first thing I want to do is a little tech check. If you are trying to build this workshop is really designed so that you can build your content calendar right now with me. So you want to make sure that you are at your computer, you have access to your computer, and you can follow along with everything that I'm going to be doing. I'll be screen sharing with you guys so that you can follow along and do everything that needs to be done, so that by the time we're done, your content calendar is ready to go and you have an opportunity to ask me any questions, any troubleshooting, so that I can help you make sure that your calendar is functioning properly. So my name's Trevi. I am the owner of My Story, My Brand. I work with entrepreneurs all over the country to help them get branded and make more money online. That's my favorite thing to do. So I want to know about all of y'all. If type in the comments kind of what your business is, what you do, and maybe the name of your business and what you do. If you don't know the name of your business yet, or you're not there, just type in whatever industry that you're interested in, so I can get a feel for who we've got on the call today. So you should see a little chat button. So click that button, make sure it says to everyone, and then go ahead and share with me a little bit about your business and what you do. So Brandon said he is the shooter and he teaches photography and videography. Awesome. We've got another my fellow video geek is in the building. If you guys have seen our YouTube channel, if you haven't, check it out. You can find it on my Instagram at My Story, My Brand. And let's see, Shawana says she's a cosmetologist from Detroit. Awesome. Thanks for joining us, Shawana. Let's see, right now I'm asking everybody to drop their business, what they do in the comments, and find out who we've got here. And where are you guys from? Let's see. Danielle says she's the owner of Tailor My Heart. Hey, Danielle, we've actually worked together before. Glad to see you again. She is a motivational speaker and mindset coach. So awesome. Glad to have you back in here, Danielle. Okay, so here's one fact about social media content. So 64% of entrepreneurs spend at least 6 hours every week posting content, preparing and posting content on their social media. Half of those people spend up to 11 hours a week trying to post on social media, creating content, planning content, scheduling content, posting content. That's a lot of freaking time. Do any of you guys relate with that? How long do you guys usually spend on your social media in a week? Let me know. I probably spend, I probably spend about 40 hours a week, not just for me, but for all of the brands that I manage. I would say at least 40 hours a week creating content and getting social media ready. Brittany says, not enough. All right, well, that's something we can fix too. We're gonna get you to spend more time, the right amount of time. Not more time, but the right amount of time on your social media. Let's see, Tiffany said, Tiffany is Propel Vital Solutions. I'm a virtual assistant and I help event planners save time by taking care of their social media marketing, design, and admin tasks. Awesome. So Tiffany, this is going to be a lifesaver for you, especially if you're managing multiple brands, because connect with me a little bit after this and we can talk a little bit more about a larger solution when you're when you're managing more than one client, because there's some really cool additional features that will help make your job much easier and more efficient. Let's see, we've got Brandon says 5 to 6 hours. Danielle said not enough time. Yeah, so if you're spending too much time, that's not good. But if you're not spending enough time, that's not good either, because it's an indication that you are missing some systems and it's just not easy enough. You haven't made the time to do it because too much. You know, if you don't have guidance, how are you going to get anything done, right? So let's say, let me see. So I mentioned I do like 40 hours a week on social, just creating content. And I wouldn't be able to manage all of these brands. I usually manage between 10 to 15 different brands at a time at once. That means I'm posting content for all of these people all day, every day. And I wouldn't be able to do it without this system that I created, because anybody got time for that? I'm trying to have freedom. I'm not trying to work harder. Like, seriously. So let's just go ahead and get started and get your content calendars going. If you guys are ready to get started, type yeah or yes, or however you express your I'm ready voice in the chat so we can go ahead and get going. I'm getting a thumbs up from Jeremy. He said he ready. Awesome. Let's do it. Let's do it. Perfect. Oh, let's see. Nikendra is also in the house. She is the owner of, forgive me if I pronounce this wrong, Emner Zeniki. I gotta figure out how to say that properly. But they have everyday apparel for nurses and other healthcare professionals. Awesome, love it. I apologize. I know I butchered the name. Forgive me. All right, let's go, Nurse Nikki. Thank you. She cleared it up for me. Let's go. So the first thing that, actually, let me go ahead and share my screen with you so you can all see this. All right, so if you can see my screen now, just type yes in the comments that you can see my screen, and then I'll know that we're good to go and can move forward. Looks good, okay. So the first thing that we're gonna do is you're gonna, you probably just have a blank page. You're gonna go to your browser and you're gonna go to Trello.com. And when you actually, let's do this from scratch. Ooh. Sorry, y'all. Let me get a new window for you so it's actually be what you'll see. Okay, now you should actually be able to see my entire desktop. That'll be a little bit better. So hopefully we're still good. Give me a thumbs up, guys, the ones that are on video, if everything looks good and you can see my entire desktop now. Perfect. All right. So I have gone incognito, so it doesn't remember any of my passwords, and you get the original experience as if I'm setting this up for the first time with you guys. So go to Trello.com. And if you don't already, if you have an account, just go ahead and log in. If you do not have an account, you can sign up. It's free. Oh yeah, everything that I'm going to show you today is a free tool. You don't have to pay to use this stuff. There's upgrades and cool stuff you can do later, but if you just get started, you don't need all that. All you need is to first create your Trello account. So we're going to go ahead and get that going. Let me find the email I haven't used yet. Let's use this one. Create your new account. And it's gonna pull up something like this for you guys. It's not gonna let you skip it. At least I don't think there's a skip button. No, you just kind of have to let them show you. You can put in whatever you want. Just put in like test. Okay, push the down arrow again. You're gonna have to enter in something here, like test again. Click this down arrow. You can click the down arrow again. Okay, now it's like, okay, you got it. Let's get started. Click that little blue button, and it's going to take you directly to this board. And it's got some things that they've already loaded on here, so we're not going to use this. Go ahead and click on the home button right at the top here in the corner. So when you click on that, it'll take you to something that looks like this. And you see at the very top, it says confirm your email address. So right now, go into your email on your phone or on your browser and click the link in that email to confirm. It should look like, let Gmail do its thing. All right, so make sure that you do this step because it will stop you from doing other things that we need to do today. So you should get an email from them. Probably like, mine's taking a minute to come through, but as soon as you get that email coming through, then click the link in there to verify your email address. We're all familiar. Well, there it is, Trello account confirmation, and then just confirm your email address. Okay. Make sure it has your right login in here. I have several Trello accounts, don't judge me. And then go ahead and log in straight from here. All right, so now you're back into your boards. So you have your board, and go ahead and click on your home screen just to make sure that we're in the right place. Where's my, sorry guys. Okay, so you should end up at this screen. What you're gonna do is click create a new board, and you're gonna title the board content calendar. And then go ahead and click on create board. Now it's going to take you directly into the board. This is the background that's here is like, you can change it. You can put, they have a lot of really cool backgrounds you can pick. You can kind of play with it later. If you want to change it, the menu's already open. You would just click change background. And you'll only click on photos, and then you'll be able to choose from whatever little backgrounds and things that you like. So whichever one you want to do, you can choose. So the next thing we're going to do is now we're going to go, you're going to open up a new tab, and you're going to go to Zapier.com, Zapier.com. And we're going to do the same process. You're going to create, if you don't already have a Zapier account, you're going to create a Zapier account right now. So let's sign up. And then go through this sign up process. It's also going to send you, you're going to sign up for the free package. Like I said, you don't need to pay for anything. You should also get an email with this one as well, asking you to confirm. So I already have an account, and I need to not make another one just because of for what we're doing here. But once you get your account set up, please type in the box that you have it set up, or give me a thumbs up so that I can take you guys on to the next step. Sweet. And also, let me get a pulse check for you guys. Am I going too fast, or is this pretty good? Do you need me to speed it up a little bit? Let me know, because I don't want to lose you, because we got to make sure that we get every single one of these steps done. I got a thumbs up. Okay, Danielle says it's good. All good, okay. And then when you get your Zapier account established, put a 1 in the comments. That'll help me know if it's good to go on. 1, perfect. Got another 1, 1. All right, rolling in. Jeremy says he's good. Good, good, good. Okay. Ones are rolling in. All right, so then now that you have your Zapier account set up, the next thing we're gonna do is you're gonna leave that tab open. So you have your content calendar here, you have Zapier account here. You're gonna add another tab and you're going to go to buffer.com, buffer.com. And you're gonna get started for free. Sign up for Buffer account if you don't already have one. If you do, just make sure you're logged in because we're gonna be using it. When you get your Buffer account set up, put a number 2 in the comments so I know that we're good to go. So by the time you're done, you should have a Trello, your Zapier, and then your Buffer tabs all open here. Your Buffer will be empty. I have an account on this account, but don't worry, yours should be empty right now. Okay, we've got it. So 2s are rolling in, looking good. Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna do is in Buffer, you're gonna connect. We're just gonna do, so this calendar is good for Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. Yeah, I think just those 4, Instagram, Facebook, yeah, Twitter and LinkedIn. For the purposes of getting through this within the hour, we're just gonna do Instagram and Facebook because those are the most popular ones that we're all using anyway. So we're just right now going to connect your Instagram account to this. So you can click on the button, manage social accounts. It may say add an account already. So, or you can click on that button at the bottom and then we're gonna add a new social account. And I wanna add my Instagram page. And it's asking me, it's gonna ask you to either link to an account that you're already logged into, or it's gonna have you log into your Instagram account. So you're gonna put in your Instagram username and password to set up your account on Buffer. So this is not the account that I want to use, so I'm gonna put in my information. And so now it's gonna ask me if I want to connect Buffer to Instagram. I'm gonna say yes, set up Instagram direct posting. We want that. So now it's gonna ask you to authenticate, to continue to authenticate with Facebook. So you're gonna go ahead and click continue. It's going to check your Facebook account to see if your Instagram is linked to your Facebook. You shouldn't have a problem with this. If you do not have a Instagram or a Facebook business account, put a number 3 in the comments. Okay, looks like everybody has one. Sweet, okay. So make sure that your password is in here and then you're gonna click continue. We got 1, 3. So when you enter your password, it says Buffer would like to access your page and admin rights. And you're gonna click OK. So now, okay, they're like, so you can see right here on this side, we've authenticated your Instagram profile with Facebook. Shawana, were you able to get through that last step to linking up your Instagram account? And then okay, great. And then, so next we're gonna do set up Instagram reminders. So you're gonna click that button and you actually have to go, basically this is a fail-safe mechanism. Your content will automatically post, but in the event that something happens, this app wants to be able to communicate with you and let you know. So you have to link it to your phone. So go ahead and click finish. It's gonna check your setup. and now you're connected. If you don't have Trello on your phone, if you don't have Buffer on your phone, it should be asking you to download the Buffer app. Did anybody get that message to download the Buffer app on their phone to connect? You did. Okay, so let's back. You did. Okay, so when you get, basically you're just gonna go on your phone, go to your App Store or the Google Play Store, and you're gonna download the Buffer app, and you're gonna log in, and it's gonna automatically recognize that you're logging in and connect itself. Some cool technology, it'll just know that it's you that's doing it. So once you get Buffer on your phone, and you can see my little Buffer app at the top looks the same. You're going to open it, and it will try to log in, and it will automatically link itself. So everyone who is working on this, getting that next step completed, it will not let you continue without getting this set up. So once you get back to this screen, put a number 4 in the comments so I know that we've got Buffer set up and established on your phone. Tiffany, let's go back a little bit. So when you go to, so make sure that you're going to click on manage social accounts, and then you're going to click on add new social account. Then you're going to log in, you're going to click connect an Instagram account, and you're going to log into your Instagram account on the next screen, and then you're going to hit connect. The next thing it's going to ask you to do is download the Buffer app on your phone. So once you download the Buffer app on your phone and open it and log in, it will automatically connect itself and should take you to the next step. It'll let you know, oh, okay, you're good, you're set up, you can continue now. You should get some instructions. And then once you finish getting everything set up, it will take you back to the Buffer dashboard, the home page, which looks something like this. It should actually look like this. So once you're able to get hooked up on your phone, drop a number 4 for me in chat so I know that you got it. It looks like Jeremy was excited about something over there. I don't know. Okay, he's got it. Good. Got some 4s coming in. Good. So then once you get your Instagram connected, then you're going to go back and connect your Facebook page. So you're going to do the same process, connect Facebook. It's going to make sure that you want to log in as this person. Yes. Then if you manage more than one business account, it's going to ask you to select the page that you want to manage. And I have several here, so I'm just going to make sure that my business page is selected and click next. Yes, and then you're going to leave these as they are. Yes, you want to receive your emails, and yes, you want to be able to publish to your page, and then you're just going to click done. And it says, okay, you've now been linked Buffer to Facebook. Click OK, and it's going to take you back to Buffer. So now it's asking me if I want to publish to my personal profile or my business, and I want to publish to my business. So I'm going to select this. Now it's connecting. Good. And you'll see at this little top right-hand corner that it's been connected, and you can get rid of that little error there. Okay. So yeah, Danielle was saying, yes, can you work this thing from your phone? Yes, you can work this entire content calendar from your phone. You actually don't need to use it on the desktop, but we do need to set it up on the desktop. And it's just as intuitive and just as awesome on your phone as it is on the desktop. So it's really exciting and really cool. And I'll get all of that set up for you too before we're done. Okay, so if I got a couple of 4s coming in, if you also have your Facebook account linked up, hit a number 5 for me so I know that we're good to move on to the next step. I got 1 5, another 5, 4 and 5. Good, good. Oh yeah, so Shawana says that she needs to link Instagram to her Facebook. Yeah, so you may have to do that also, and you can actually do that right on the Instagram app. So really quick, if you go and open up your Instagram profile, you're gonna click the menu button in the top or right-hand corner. You're gonna go to the very bottom and click on settings. You are going to, where is it? Let me find it. There it is. Okay, you're going to click on account in your settings, and then you're gonna click on linked accounts in that menu, and then you're gonna at the very top, you'll see it says Facebook. So then you're just gonna link your Facebook to your Instagram, or your Instagram to your Facebook, or vice versa. Jennifer, have you already given Buffer authorization to manage your content before in the past? Have you ever used Buffer before? No. What's the message you're getting when it says it won't connect for you? Oh, on the app. So just make sure you should be able to log in just with the same username and password. If it's not working, try the reconnect again. So just cancel out of the whole connection process, come back to your dashboard and start over, manage social accounts, add new social account, click the Instagram, and then try to go back and open the app. Just close, and then make sure you close out the app completely. I know on iPhone, you just swipe up and swipe it off to the right to close it out. I don't know how you close an app on Android, so I hope you have an iPhone so I can walk you through it. But okay, so after you have those things connected, we're gonna go back to Trello. So switch back over to your Trello and click on your content calendar board here. So now we're going to start actually the building of your content calendar. So the first thing we're gonna do is you're gonna click on add a list, and you're gonna label this one IG1, hit enter. It's gonna ask you for another one, you're gonna put in IG2, and then the third one, you're gonna put in IG3. And then the fourth one, you're gonna put in FB for Facebook. That's it. And these are a little out of order, so I want IG3 over here. I'm just clicking and dragging these things. It's super easy and intuitive to use. We want IG3, IG2, and IG1. So we want them in this order, and then Facebook hanging out over here. Okay, then the next thing you see, we have this as add a card. So you're gonna click on add a card, and we're gonna you're just gonna name this card number 1 and hit enter. You're gonna do 4 of these. 1, enter, 1, enter, 1, enter. Now you have 4 cards sitting here. We're just gonna click and drag them out across each column. So there should be 1 card in each column here. The next thing we're gonna do is, if you don't have content already available, you can use previous content that you've posted on Instagram, like photos or whatever it is. Or if you don't, just use whatever you have on your computer so we can get, this is really just to build the the platform and all the coding so it works well. So the first thing that we're going to do is click on IG1 card 1, and it'll open up this little card window with all these little buttons in here. So you're going to do attachment, and you're going to click on computer, and you're just going to add whatever content you have. This is sample content. If you have content already that you want to post, that's great. Drop it in here. If not, use old stuff, or if not, use whatever you got on your computer. I know you got some photos or something. So I'm going to use some of my stuff. So I want this one. Once I click it, it's going to automatically upload to my board. And these 3 columns here is going to be a direct representation, a direct reflection of your actual Instagram profile. So whatever you build here is exactly what your Instagram profile is going to look like. What I mean by that is, first I would post this one. Oops. Now in this card, I'm just going to add another piece of content, the next piece of content that I want to post. So that would be, for me, this image right here. And then a third image on this card here. I think it's this one. There we go. So we've uploaded 3 pieces of content into your content calendar. If you got 3 pieces of content into your content calendar, hit a number 6 in the chat so I know that we're moving along. And even here, so oops, it looks like if you look, this is these 2 cards, how my Instagram looks, number 3 and number 1, they're switched. They should be, I uploaded them wrong. It's really easy to fix. I'm just going to click and drag my card over to where I want it. And I want this one actually over here. This is what my Instagram looks like. Okay. Only allows you to add 1 card. That's okay. So at the bottom of the column, you see there it says add another card. If you click on that, it'll just open up and then it'll let you add another one. You see that? So right here at the bottom, add another card, and then you'll be able to add more. Ty said she did it. You got all 3. Great. You got all 3 rows done. Does everybody see how to upload content? I just clicked on this card and clicked attachment. Click on computer, or if you have content stored on any other one of these storage spaces, you can use that too. But my stuff is just on my computer, so I'm going to click on computer. Let's see. Tiffany, if you're in your content calendar, oh, got a 6. Okay, love. Oh wait, that was a different Tiffany. So Tiffany, if you look on IG3 and this card, each board should have this little plus sign where it says add another card. If it's not working, make sure that you have what's the word they used? Confirmed your email address from Trello. It's the only other reason it may not let you add another card, because they want you to confirm your email. Otherwise, maybe just do a refresh. Yeah, because it should be right at the bottom. If it's not working, hit that refresh button. It won't change anything, but you should see right at the bottom, add another card. So if you have 3 pieces of content all the way across, drop a number 6 for me into the group chat. Oh, like Chantel, do you mean like how I was moving them around like this? I just did that to show you how they move. It's really easy if you make a mistake to move them around. I just uploaded the wrong content to the wrong card. So instead of having to delete this, reattach it. You can just move it around wherever you want, really easy. Oh, so IG 1, 2, and 3, the naming of those columns is a reminder on how these images will be posted to social media. So for example, if say I'm ready to post something else on my content on my Instagram, this is going to be the first post. This is going to be the second post. This is the third post. It doesn't go from left to right. It actually goes from right to left because that's how Instagram posts content that way. So this just is a reference to which column we're talking about because we're going to need those numbers later on when we're doing some of our coding stuff. And it's also a good visual representation. So as you add rows of content, you know, okay, well, I want this one first, so that goes in IG1. I want this one second, that goes in IG2. Good, glad, okay. So I got a couple of 6s. Are you guys still working on this, or are we good to move on to the next step? I got another 6. Got you, Jeremy. Looking good, looking good. Okay, so the last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add one more piece of content. We're gonna just add another, Tiffany says she's still working. That's all right. Just add one more piece of content. It can be a duplicate from the original side. It can be whatever. Usually this is your Instagram column. So for me, I would probably post this one on Instagram. Oh, good. Okay, so it was the email address thing. Good, good, good. Okay, glad you fixed that problem. All right, so then I just added one more piece of content, and this column is actually showing this is showing what I'm going to be posting on Facebook, hence the Facebook column. So to add the Facebook column, all you're going to do is click on this very button at the top, add another list, and then you're just going to title it Facebook or FB and click return, and there it will just pop up there for you. If you make a mistake and like you add too many columns or you know something's all haywire, all you're going to do is right click on the card. I take that back. Click this little ellipses right here and just click archive this list and it'll disappear. Okay, so the next thing that you're going to do, and just as a reminder, this is not what you're gonna have to do every time you wanna post on social media. This is literally, I'm showing you the plumbing on how to set this up so that later you can always go back and customize and change things. You know how everything works. You need to know how everything works in your business anyway, and that you can customize and change things so that it works best for you. So this is really just the setup. So don't worry, this isn't gonna be like an every time kind of thing. So the next thing that you're gonna do is click on IG 3. Yeah, click on IG3 here, and we're gonna add a checklist. So this checklist can be modified, but I have found that if you follow these steps in this sequence, you'll be able to post your content without errors and on time and as they should be. So click on this checklist button and you're gonna title this checklist IG tasks, all right? And you see that it's going to pop up right here under IG tasks. Hold on, I got one question. Oh, one really quick, how to get content. So if you wanna add a piece of content to the card, click on the card, it'll pop up. Click on attachment and computer, and then you'll be selecting your content from wherever it's living at on your computer. So while we're here, you just made this IG task checklist, and now it's asking you to add an item. So I'm gonna give you the items that you need to follow to properly post on Instagram. So the first thing that you're gonna wanna do is attach photo. Attach, I like image. Attach image, and you're gonna hit return, and we're gonna do the next item is going to be write caption. Hit enter, The next one is check spelling on the image and the video. If it's a video, if you have subtitles or captions or titles or whatever the case is, you want to make sure your spell check is good. So hit enter on that one. The next one is check spelling on your caption. Okay, check spelling on caption. Then the next one is format the caption. Format, copy or cut, paste, caption. And then you're gonna add this link to this thing. This is a cool little trick that I have where you can add line breaks on your Instagram without having to use like special characters or dots or periods or anything like that. It will format it with the spaces and post it to Instagram just as beautifully. So it has to be formatted. So I'm gonna give you that tool right now, which is right here. I'm gonna drop it into the chat. There it is. Copy and paste that link right here. So format, cut, paste, caption. Just hit spacebar and paste the link right in there underneath it. That way it'll always be there for you all the time on every piece of content that you want to share. So and then click save. The next thing is you're gonna add an item and we're gonna put copy to Facebook. And the next one is add hashtags. And this is going to be, I recommend 7 to 10 hashtags. The next one is schedule posting date and time. And then we're gonna say send to IG. And then the next one, the last one is if video, attach video to scheduler. Okay, that's it. And then you're gonna hit enter, and that's all of the items that you're gonna need. So this is, the way these checklists works, it's pretty cool. As you do these tasks, you'll just check them off, and you'll see this little bar goes by, and you can see how much progress you have and what's next to get completed. But for now, just leave all of these empty. The next thing that you're going to do is click over to the Facebook one, and you're gonna click checklist again. We're gonna title this one Facebook tasks. And we're gonna click add. It's gonna do the same thing. This one is actually gonna be much shorter. So the first task is gonna be schedule posting date and time. Hit enter. Then the next one is gonna be schedule or send to Facebook. Hit enter, and then if video, attach video to scheduler. Okay. You definitely want to make sure you do this step. It's going to save you a lot of time. And when you're ready to outsource this or have somebody help you, everything they need to do is already listed here. So you don't need to go through and try to train somebody on how to use this board. Okay. The next thing we're going to do, in the same card, stay here. You're just going to click on this labels tab. And right next to the purple bar, there's a little pencil. Click the pencil. You're going to name this Instagram. It's purple. It's Instagram. That's just what it's going to be. Blue is Facebook. Click the little pen, and you're going to name this Facebook. and click on save. Okay, now we have an Instagram label and a blue Facebook label. If you clicked it, you'll see it added to your cart here. Just for now, make sure that is unchecked, and you want to leave it unchecked for now. So if you have your labels, go ahead and drop a number 7 in the comments for me. Got some 7s, awesome, 7s, looking good, 7s, perfect. So the next thing we're going to do, click over to this the Instagram number 3 first card, and I just want you to type something in the description. And it doesn't matter what it is. This is just to set up the system. So I don't know, just put, this is where your caption would go. But for now, because I'm not trying to write out a whole caption right now, we're just going to put test caption here. And then hit save. Okay. We're also going to set the due date, a sample due date. So let's say I wanted this to post tomorrow. So I'm going to click on this due date button and I'm going to schedule it. Just click on the date. Tomorrow is Thursday, and I want it to go out at maybe 11 a.m. And I'm going to click on save. Now you'll see it popped up right here with the due date tomorrow at 11 a.m. It's even telling me that it's coming up. It's almost tomorrow at 11 a.m. That's why it's yellow. Okay. All right, now that you've set a due date, the next thing you're gonna do is we're gonna go over to Zapier. So let's jump over to your second little tab here, back into Zapier, and we're gonna set up your first automation. So once you're in Zapier, in the top upper right-hand corner, you should see where it says make a Zap. If you're not there, make sure you just click on home. It should take you there, where you can then click on make a Zap. Okay, so now the first thing it's asking us to choose a trigger. And our trigger is going to happen in Trello because that's where we do everything now is in Trello. So click on this little blue Trello button here. And it's going to give you all of the possibilities. So all we're going to do, it's not going to, we don't want any of these. We're going to click show less common options. And we want new label added to card. So triggers when a label is added in a Trello card. So we're going to click on that. Yeah. Trigger is new label added to card. So click on that, and then you're going to hit save and continue down at the bottom. And it's going to ask you to connect your account. So when you're going to see this button, you're going to click connect an account, and it's going to ask you to log into your Trello account. So once you log into your Trello account, it'll show up like this. So once you see this little set up Trello account with your card here, drop a number 8 for me in the group chat. Perfect, perfect. Moving along. All right, all right. I'll give you a few minutes. It's going to ask you to sign in. Then you're going to go ahead and click. Once you see this here, click test. It will send a test to your Trello board to make sure it's communicating correctly. Once you get the success check mark back, you're just going to click save and continue. Now it's asking you for more information. So it's asking you what board this is for. So click the drop down. It's actually looking at your Trello account. And I have a lot of boards. You should only have 2. So just make sure you pick the one that says content calendar. I've got too many, so hold on a second. Oh, you know what? I gotta do it for myself. There we go. Okay, so there's your content calendar. You're gonna click on the board. Now it's gonna ask you for what label we want this action to be for. We're gonna start with Instagram purple. So click Instagram purple, and then click continue. Now it wants to find if there's any labels on your board to use as an example of what it's supposed to do. So what you're gonna do is click pull in samples, and then you're gonna go to your board. You're gonna click on this piece of content here, click on labels, and add that purple, just click on that purple Instagram card. Now you should see it show up right here. And when you go back to Zapier, it will have found it. So you should have something like this on Zapier popping up. Oh, the trigger is new label added to card. Be careful because there's one that says new label added, not that, or new label created. You want the trigger that says new label added to card. This one just right here. So once you went back to your content calendar, you added the purple Instagram label, you went back to Zapier, and it automatically pulled in that sample for us. Pretty magical. Click continue on this guy. And so it's okay, we're almost there. Now we got to tell it what to do. So the next thing we're going to do is you can click here, add a step. And the next step is going to be with buffer. So click on this buffer card here. And we're going to say not add to buffer, we're going to add to schedule. Click save and continue. And then, okay, you have, it will ask you to connect your buffer account. So the same process, connect an account, log into buffer. It'll ask you if you want to give it access. Yes, I do. There's your buffer account. It will pop up. Once you have it, click test. And if it's successful, let me see a thumbs up or hit a number 9 if you're able to get your buffer success report back. Add to schedule, yes. So we've got new label added to card. Then we've got buffer, add to schedule. Then we're choosing our buffer account, and then we're going to run a test to make sure that it's communicating correctly. Perfect. If you've gotten this far, hit a number, drop a number 9 in the comments for me, guys. Awesome. Tiffany's got it. So you're stuck at pick a sample. So did you get, let's see, make sure that when you click pull in sample, you're gonna go back to your content calendar. If it's already here, just click it and remove it and then add it back on. It'll pick it up again. And then go back and see if it pulls in your sample. Okay, so once you have this success button here, you're just gonna click save and continue. So then the next thing is we're gonna tell it what to do. So you have this breakdown here. So first thing we're gonna say, okay, it's asking, this is all for buffer. So it's asking, okay, when we pull that Instagram content, where do you want us to pull it? Where do you want us to post it to? Well, I want you to post it to my Instagram business for my story, my brand. So I'm just going to select that. That's what profile I'm posting to. Now it's saying, okay, what do you want your caption to be? We want our caption to be whatever we wrote in this description box. So I'm going to tell it that. The content of your update, I'm going to click this little plus sign, and I'm going to click on card description. Then it's going to say, okay, well, when do you want to schedule it for? Because we did add to schedule, not just post, right? Well, we want to schedule this piece of content for whatever due date that we decided we want to place here. So we're going to tell it that. We're going to click this little plus arrow and add due date. That's the day and time we want our content to be posted to social media. Now it's like, okay, but what do you want to post? What photo? You got to have a photo or a video. So we're going to click again this drop down button, and we want it to post whatever attachment we added to the card, right? I want it to post this photo. So I'm going to tell it whatever I attached here is what I want you to post, card attachment. So click that, but just one time. Okay, so then once you have all of that, all of these things set up, Instagram business for the right account, your text is your your caption, your schedule date and time is the due date that we selected, and the piece of image is going to be the attachment that we added to the card, the photo. So then we're going to click continue on this guy. And so now it's actually going to test it to see if it's working. So that's absolutely okay. If you click send test to Buffer, so it says a test add to schedule was sent to Buffer just now. That's great and all, but let's really see if that worked out. So we're going to click to your third tab and check Buffer. So I'm going to see if this thing really connected. And if I click on my Instagram account, you see that I have one piece of content scheduled for March 7th at 11 a.m., which is tomorrow. And this will automatically post. If I had a caption, it would be written right in here. So it's working. That's great news. I'm going to go ahead and delete this because I've already posted this. But once you get this a test schedule was sent, make sure you click over to Buffer to verify that that post was scheduled. And then once you see that that worked, you're going to go ahead and click finished. What error? Let's see. Oh, so the error that it's getting is, oops, actually, this wasn't an error. Okay. Done. Okay. Oh, the only thing I forgot, you want to name, once you get this, you want to name your Zap. So this is going to be at the very top left-hand corner. We're going to call this Trello to Buffer IG. Okay. Click anywhere outside of it to save. What step 2? Oh. Done. Nah. Sorry guys, mine's giving me some trouble. Either way, once I have a whole lot of Zaps here, but you should only, if you click on home, you should only have one. We've only made one. So to make that Zap active, find your Zap we just made and you're gonna turn it on. Now that it's on, it jumps to the top. So here's the Zap we made, Trello to Buffer. Oh, that's not it, where is it? I've got too many. Where are you? Oh, here it is. Okay, once you find it, it should just make sure it has the little green asterisk to on. Okay. Now, whenever you, we're gonna go ahead, come back to your Trello board, and we're gonna remove this label. So click on this label, and we're gonna uncheck it. Okay. The next thing that we're gonna do, we're almost done, almost there. You're gonna go back to your content calendar board. You're gonna click Show Menu, and you're gonna click on this little Power Ups button. And once this Power Ups loads, you're going to go to Automation, and you're going to add this Butler automation to your calendar. Once you do, you can click this X button, click the X button on your menu, and you can actually see the Butler button right here. This is like life, y'all. This thing is giving me life. So this is where the whole automation process is going to happen. So you're gonna click on Butler. It's gonna do some stuff and get ready for you. So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna make rules. So click on this rules board, this rules tab at the top, and we're gonna pick add a rule. At the very top, so then all you're gonna do, and really just follow along with what I'm telling you to click on here, this is gonna make your life a whole lot easier. We're gonna do when a card is added to the second one. So when a card is added to the list IG3, which is this very first list here, by anyone, and then you're gonna click the plus sign. That's the first part of our rule. We're going to move the card to the top of the list. We're not gonna fill in a list name, and we're gonna leave this empty, and then just click plus. Oh, sorry, we will fill in a list name. Move it to the top of IG3, so same list. So when we add a card to this column, we wanna move it to the top, and then click the plus button. And then all you're gonna do is hit save. So that rule's done. The next thing you're gonna do is in your due date, click on due date. And you're gonna click on add, oh, that sucks, okay. We can't do that one, but that's okay. Let's do board buttons. So click on the tab board buttons, and it's gonna pop up like this. The board button we're going to make is title. We're gonna create a new card with, just put like some empty spaces in here. We don't wanna name it yet. Create a new card. In list, create a new card. Oh yeah, so create a new card in list IG3. And then we're going to, once you put in IG3, click on this little check button and add the checklist name IG tasks. Remember we named that, IG task, that first checklist we made. Okay, and then we're gonna click plus on the board. So we said create a new card with the IG in IG list 3 and add the task to that card. We're gonna name this button at the top. We're gonna name this one, oh, this is my board button. Let's name, this one is gonna be add card. Just add card on this guy. And then you're gonna click save. Okay. Then go to card buttons, the very first tab, and click create button. So the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna name this button copy to Facebook, copy to FB. And we're gonna say, when we click on this button, we want it to, copy. So we're gonna click on move. We wanna copy the card without comments. Click on that little comment button, copy the card without comments to top of list, Facebook. So you're gonna click the plus button once you have that. The next thing you're gonna do, not only are we gonna do that, we're going to click on this little checklist here, click on the check mark button, and we're gonna click remove IG tasks. That's the checklist that we wanna remove. Click add, and we're gonna add Facebook tasks. And click on save. I believe that's what we called them, right? Yeah, IG tasks and Facebook tasks. Okay. Then we're gonna do another card button. So you're gonna click create button up here or down here, it doesn't matter. Oh, you've got one, darn. Okay, that's okay. All right, so now imagine you go ahead and click out of here. And essentially your content calendar is ready to automate and share things for you. So like I said, this whole thing was just set up to get your data and these programs talking to each other. So let me actually show you how awesome this thing works. So I'm actually going to, this is how you would actually use the board. I'm actually going to get rid of that whole card altogether. To do that, I just right-clicked on the card and clicked archive. It will remove the board from your, remove that card from your content calendar. But if you wanted to restore it later, you have an archive, so it's not truly deleted. It's just in a different place that's not in your way anymore. So let's say, you know, I'm like, all right, I've loaded up my 3 pieces of content that I'm going to share this week. And I'm going to come in here and maybe, you know, I think this post was about the best podcast for your social media. The best podcast for your social media. So let's say that's my caption. And I came up with a whole, maybe like a few hashtags that I want to use. Come on now. Okay, so I want, say these are my hashtags that I'm going to use. I don't want to have to go back in and add them in the comments, but of course you don't want your hashtags like right underneath your caption. So I'm going to put a few spaces here. And then, oh, I should have showed you guys the other way. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna show you from the beginning. That was like not even the cool part. So all you have to do now is, you see this little, we made a button called add card. So you should see this little add card here. And if I click that, it created a card here for me. So what if I want 3? I'm just gonna click it 2 more times. And it created cards that already have your checklist ready to go. So it's telling you now all the things, all the things that you need to do. So let's say we're just starting out now, we can get rid of these little test ones. So I added cards. Now, okay, let's start with the first one. First task is to attach an image, attach your post. Maybe it's this one. All right, done. Then write my caption. Save. Making sure my spelling's good. Caption here. Everything you need to build your brand legacy looks good. Everything looks good. Now I am actually, these are backwards actually. Probably want this first. So now we've got your caption. Now we can copy this to Facebook, because we usually, even if we don't do it on the same day, we're probably gonna repurpose this for Facebook. So all I'm gonna do is click this button, copy to Facebook. Okay, task is done. I did that. Now I want to, this is next, add, and then I want to add my hashtags. So let's go back in here. Like I was saying, we want a couple spaces in between, and I want my hashtags to show up down below. So click save, that's done. Now we're just gonna format this caption. So I'm gonna click this, it's gonna open up for me. I'm gonna cut, I'm not gonna copy, I'm gonna actually cut this whole thing out. I'm gonna paste it here, click this button, and this just made it so that these spaces will show up when you actually post to Instagram. Super easy. So then you're gonna paste it back in here and click save. And you can even see here, it's making the spaces. It wasn't doing that before. So now that that's finished, I'm gonna schedule it for the date that I want it to go out. So say that is tomorrow at 11 a.m., sure. And then it's gonna send to Instagram. So all you're gonna do is go to your label and add your Instagram label. And you could even, I like to create a little button that says send to IG, and basically it just does that for you. But basically send to IG is adding your purple label. And if it's a video, then you would do one more step that you'll be able to see a little bit later. So now this is scheduled and ready, will automatically post on Instagram. You don't have to do anything else. This is done. So you don't have to go back tomorrow and see if it's working. You don't have to go to Buffer. You don't have to go to Instagram. It's not gonna send you a notification to post. It's just gonna automatically go. Everything right here from your new content calendar. Not only that, you have also created a Facebook post. So let's see. Oh, I think I deleted it. Oh yeah, darn. We also created a Facebook post, which will have, I deleted it, so it's not showing, but you would add your Facebook, my Facebook task is gone. But your Facebook task would be here, and basically all you would do once you decide your due date, so say if you're gonna post this on Facebook on Saturday, you don't really wanna do it on the same day of your other stuff. So say you do Saturday at 8 a.m., all you would now need to do is add your blue Facebook label, and this would automatically send to your Trello board. So this is essentially how your content calendar will work. There's some other additional features and a little bit more setting up that will need to be done. We only set up your Zap for Trello to Buffer IG. We would just do the same thing to set up your Zap from Trello to Buffer Facebook. So to do that, you don't have to redo it, just copy it. You don't need to redo this whole setup. Click copy. Then you're gonna open it up. And the only thing that we're changing, one is the label, right? Because we started with with the Instagram purple, but we want this to be the Facebook one now. So we're gonna switch it to the Facebook, okay? Then we'll click continue. It's gonna walk you through the same steps. So click on get more samples and go back to your card, same process as before. And you're gonna do this one and add in your blue label so it can register. Like, oh, I got it, okay, go back, and there it is, it found it, pulled in 1 second ago. And you're gonna pick the right label because it'll tell you how long ago it registered. It was just right now, so that's pulled in 1 second ago. Continue. This is already set up, so you can actually just click down to add to schedule. That's already done. Buffer number, you were already linked to your Buffer account now. We don't need to redo that. But we do need to change, this is going to Facebook, not Instagram. So we're gonna change this to Facebook. Everything else will stay exactly the same, and click continue. That's it. Send your test to Buffer. It'll come back and say, oh, this was successful. We're gonna go here and we're gonna change the name because it's kind of funky. We want this Trello to Buffer Facebook. And then click finish. Then we're gonna go back to your dashboard and activate it. So Trello to Buffer Facebook, make sure you turn it on. And now you see that it is active right here. So it's this was like a super duper fast crash course in how to set up your content calendar. And I know it's a lot of steps, but because of that, I'm gonna actually send you guys all this access to this replay so that if you did get lost along the way, you can come back and see how all of this works. If you are interested in a further tutorial and would want to see how to really optimize this board to kind of function like something like this, let me actually show you guys a fully functioning content calendar. This is, like I said, this works really well and it's super easy, and you can manage your entire social media from here: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter, all right here by following those steps that I gave you. But you can do more. You can make it easier. You can add teams. You can grow. You can just do a lot more and a lot faster. If you want to add some subscription services, and it depends on how complex you want it to be. The subscriptions go from $5 to $20 between these 3 apps that we'd be using on your account. So if you, yeah, I think, I know it was a lot. So Tiffany's like, yes, the replay would be very helpful, and I'll make sure that I get that to you guys. So based on what we went over today, do you guys feel like you're able to use this and it would be helpful for you in automating and scheduling out your content? Awesome. Yeah, so that's a good question. Tamika said, doesn't Hootsuite do all this for you in one place? Yes and no. So Hootsuite can do this kind of automation and scheduling, but if you're looking for something that's a little bit easier and more visual, especially if you want to plan out content long term, because consider that Instagram is a visual platform. So if you don't know what the aesthetic is, how can you really plan and schedule out your content? This board is designed so that you can really visualize your entire Instagram account and see what you're posting across everything. And sometimes too, if you have more than, I think, 3 accounts on Hootsuite's expensive. It's like, probably it's one of the most expensive automation softwares out there, and it's only okay. It kind of sucks visually. I don't particularly care for it that much. So I much rather prefer using this one. And I'll actually show you guys right now what I mean by that. It's kind of hard to see the big picture when the board is not completely filled in yet. But let me show you what that even looks like. I figure out how to log out of here. There we go. Sweet. So while I know some of you guys are dropping off because it's been an hour and 20 minutes, so I appreciate you guys hanging in there with me. If you really like this and you feel like it would be helpful, I would absolutely love if you shared this in your stories. Take a little boomerang or snapshot and tag me in your stories. And everybody who does tag me on their story, I'll actually send you a free Instagram audit. So I'll tell you everything that's working well on your Instagram account and everything that can need some improvement on your Instagram account. But back to this, let me show you what the full scale kind of board looks like. So this is an example. Well, this is actually one of my clients, and this is a good example. And I'll show you kind of how intricate their board is. So for this particular client, I only do Instagram and Facebook for them. So this here represents their Instagram, and this is their content that I'm scheduling out on Facebook. So essentially, I come in and I'm just like the one we set up together. I'm going to add a new card. I want 3 new cards because I'm making a new row of content. There they are. All I need to do is drag them across here. I'm going to follow my checklist. So add my image. This is definitely not their content. This is mine, but you get the idea. I'm going to write my caption. Save. Done. I'm going to copy to Facebook. Click that same button. do my hashtag research. Hashtag, 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 save, check my spelling, make sure everything looks good, set my due date. I want this to post on Monday at 12 p.m. Scheduled, I'm gonna format my caption so it doesn't show up funky on Instagram. I want it to look like that. I'm gonna cut, click the link, it's ready here for me. Paste, copy and click, it'll automatically copy it back. You don't have to click anything else. Come back into your board, paste the description, click on save. I finished that. Now, we've built out some additional buttons here. Now I'm just gonna say schedule on Instagram. And if it's a video, I would need to do one more step. So now I am essentially done with this piece of content. I don't need to do anything else to it except give it a name. Looks like this is row 65 or 66. There we go. And I would do the same process. And as you noticed, because I clicked copy to Facebook, it's right here for me. Now the old checklist is gone. My new Facebook tasks are here. Make sure I have the right image. If it's a video, the caption's already done. We already did all of these steps. The only thing we'll need to do is schedule the due date, because I don't recommend that you post the same thing on Instagram and Facebook on the same day. Select your date and your time that you want to do it on Facebook. Click, click, and then schedule to Facebook. This is a Facebook photo. Those two things are completely done. I do not have to go back and do anything else. This content is scheduled out. I didn't have to visit any other applications, and I can be free. Literally, I usually come in here and do a whole week's worth of content for my clients at one time, and I schedule it out, and I don't come back in here until the next week. It's already done, completed and ready to go. Yeah, so for the screenshot for the story on your Instagram account, it doesn't matter, just any piece that you thought was cool for the content calendar. It could be what your content calendar looks like. It could be, you know, it could be from Zapier, it could be from Buffer, anything that you learned. Just share your experience and tag me in it, and everybody who does, I will send you a free Instagram audit to tell you everything that's working and not working on your account. So also, if you guys are interested in learning how to upgrade this board and add more features, let me know. Drop a, I don't know, say me in the comments, and then if there's enough interest, then I will actually create another tutorial, probably like a video tutorial, so that you can follow along at your own pace. I know I kind of pushed you guys really hard today. You can find me on Instagram at My Story, My Brand, just the way it sounds, My Story, My Brand. And I just dropped it in the comments for you guys at My Story, My Brand. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, can you imagine, like, if you're a content creator, even if this is just for your own business, but especially if you're an account manager and you're, you know, you want to create content and post for multiple people, imagine only having to do this in one spot. There's not like 50 different accounts to log into. It's freaking cray. This is so simple and it's free. And I'm just really excited to share this with you guys. I've been like itching and dying to be like, man, I need to get some more people using this thing. So yeah, one, I'll send you guys the replay. Two, it looks like there is some interest in how to dive deeper and get the next level out of your content calendar. So I will be making that available for you guys. Other than that, if you guys have questions or want to troubleshoot some things, I will stick around for another 20 minutes or so and help you guys out and get you moving along in this process. So yeah, I get, oh yes, please send the replay. I'm stressed out. I'm sorry, I did not mean to stress you out. I know it's a lot, and I'm like, oh yeah, click here, click there, click that. But yeah, I'll send you guys all the replay. I'll get you hooked up. And you know, if you like it, share it, let everybody know. Like, I want everybody to be on this. Content doesn't have to be difficult. So thank you all so much. I love you guys. You can find me on Instagram at My Story, My Brand. And I will be here. If anybody has questions, I will actually unmute and we can go through troubleshooting for the next half an hour or so. I just want to make sure you guys can get your calendars up and running. So if you have questions, can you unmute yourself? If you have a question, unmute yourself, or if you can't, let me know and I'll unmute you so that we can kind of talk through your stuff. Oh my goodness, it's after midnight. Crystal, get some sleep. I am so sorry. Tiffany says, thank you. I'll be on the lookout for the replay part 2. Yes, part 2 is coming. I'm looking forward to sharing that with you guys. I've seen you got some tech people in here. I was like going through it and I'm like, oh, this is a little technical. But if you were able to stick through it, even if you got lost along the way, that replay will really help you. It will really help you be able to get those little things that you missed. I went pretty fast. I was trying to get it within that hour. I'd say like hour and 15 minutes isn't so bad. So if you have, actually, I'm gonna unmute. Yeah, if you have a question, I don't know, just like put question in the comments and then I can unmute you and we can talk about it. Or if you have a question, you can just drop it in the comments. Yeah, Raven, I hear you, man. You gotta pick your battles, right? Thanks, guys. Thank you. Yeah, I think I wasn't gonna do a replay, but then as I was like getting through it, I was like, oh, this is a lot. Let me send you guys the replay. Yes. Okay. Okay, so you guys are unmuted now. So if anybody has a question, feel free to jump in.
I have a question.
Yes. It doesn't tell me who's talking. Is that?
This is Michelle.
Michelle. Okay, that's weird. Usually will pop up, but I didn't see it. What's up, Michelle?
So this is not necessarily related to getting the content calendar set up, but just a general question is like, how do you come up with so much content for all these different, pages that you manage?
Yeah, that's a good question. And there is a strategy behind that. So funny thing you brought that up. I was supposed to say, if you need help with actually coming up with content, and if that's something you feel like would be helpful, that's also a class that I would love to teach. I actually have a workshop on that. That workshop was actually 5 weeks, but it's really in depth because not only do I teach you the strategy on how to come up with the content, I actually teach you how to make the content and like Photoshop and stuff like that. So, but in short, I'm going to show you kind of what one way could look like for you. And it's not necessarily the same for every client that I manage, but this is kind of an easy way to help visualize or think of content. So I'm going to show you what I used to do for my content creation. I'm going to go back into screen share because it's on Trello, not surprisingly. So let's go to one of my story, my brand boards, and I'll show you how I organize my content. Oh, that's not it. There it is. Okay, so this is my content calendar, and I'm gonna zoom out so you can see how I organize this. So this is another way. You can also, you can imagine this could be your content calendar, right? For me, I like to do it this way for organization because of the layout of my Instagram, I need to see it in this format, right? So I make sure that it looks good. But especially if you have more templated content, that it doesn't necessarily matter what order it goes in, because like this, if I was just posting all this content, it doesn't matter what order I posted it, it's going to look really good because they're all templated and formatted. Anyways, the way that I break this down is I came up with 7 different content topic ideas. that I wanted my brand to be known for. 7 different content topics that I wanted to post about if I were to post 7 days a week. So on Mondays, I said, okay, branding, on Monday branding. Tuesday, we're talking about video production. Wednesday, we're talking about social media marketing. Thursday, I'm talking about web development and design. Friday, I'm gonna feature another influencer or somebody that I think we should be working with or know about to help personal development. Saturday, I'm gonna focus on entrepreneur self-care because we don't get enough of that. And then Sunday is my productivity, where I wanted to offer a tool to help you in your entrepreneurship, in your marketing, in your personal development, any tool that I can find that's helpful. So I developed those categories based on what I wanted to be known for, what my brand talks about. And then I create content all the way across, right? So I'm like, all right, I need one for branding. What's something for branding? Tuesday, what's something for video? Wednesday, what's a social media tip? So I already know what kind of content I'm looking for. And then as I make that content, I just add it to the board. And sometimes inspiration will hit. And that's why you see, like, I have an extra card in my branding column and in my social media column, because maybe that's the content that comes more naturally to me. And that's okay if you're heavier in one category versus the other, but having it laid out in this format can really help you visualize and think, what do I need to post next? Oh, you know what? I haven't done anything on web development. So now you already have the idea. So yeah, that's one way to help come up with content topic ideas. Plan them out ahead of time. Is that helpful? Is that kind of part of what you were looking for? Oh, I think I lost you. I can't hear you. Let me see. Let's see. Can you hear me okay? I think I lost you. I can't hear you, but I hope that was helpful. Let's see. Okay, so she said, yes, that was helpful. She just can't unmute. So for my content class, I'm gonna send you guys out an email about the content class. Yeah, I'll send you guys an email about the content class. I usually, the reason why you can't just sign up for it now is because I really believe that creating great content starts with having great branding. And so usually the people who graduate from my branding workshop have the option to sign up for this content creation course, because the worst thing is creating all this content and making all this amazing value, and you share it and it doesn't resonate with your audience. It is devastating, it is expensive, and it is time consuming. So my goal is to help you build your brand the right way the first time and save as much money along the way as you can. If I will, though, send out some more information on that content creation course, because it's pretty awesome. So I should make that available a little bit more. So that's, look out for an email for that. I will definitely keep you guys in the loop. If you are interested in my branding course, that is available for you right now. So we actually have a workshop in session, but you can pre-register for the next branding workshop. And I'll actually drop a link to that right now. There you go. So if you click on that link, it will take you to my branding workshop. This is a 5-week workshop where we get your brand ready to market in just 5 weeks, so that there is no, oh no, I got to rebrand. Oh no, I got to redo my website. Oh no, I need new graphics done because it's just not right. Like, we're going to get rid of all of that and just get you up and running and ready to make money at the end of these 5 weeks. So that's all in here. So you can find a course breakdown. You'll be able to find the extra bonuses that you get. You can sign up. You can find live video testimonials on here, all kinds of stuff. So check that out. And yeah, I'll stick around still for another 20 minutes. And if anyone else has questions, please unmute yourselves. Let's chat about it. Let's talk about it. I am here to help. And thanks for hanging in there. It's like, if anybody's on the East Coast, it's 11:30. Y'all soldiers. All right, guys, I guess nobody has any other questions unless they are still chatting and typing their questions in the box. Oh, nice. Raven's in Malaysia. That's awesome. What time is it there? Oh, 12:30 p.m. Pretty good. Yeah, everybody over here is getting ready for bed, sort of. I got another 2 hours or so, and then it's a wrap for me. All right, guys. I won't hold you. That is all I have. I thank you all for joining. Again, don't forget to share this in your stories. Especially if you want to get a free Instagram audit, I look forward to doing that. And tag me at My Story, My Brand. And thanks, guys. Talk with you later. Oh, no problem. So when scheduling content, would you suggest an all-platform approach or focus on one platform? I would definitely recommend a omni-channel platform, omni-channel approach. So not all the platforms, but definitely Instagram and Facebook at minimum. So first Instagram, this is sometimes business specific, but in general, always Instagram, always Facebook. And if you have the capacity to add a third, then add LinkedIn. Just be careful with LinkedIn because everything you post on Instagram and Facebook may not be appropriate for LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is only for the most professional content. So think of LinkedIn as like, not everybody grandpa, but imagine if it's like your like grandfather-in-law and he's like super old school and you gotta be professional and like proper around him. Think of Instagram like that. And you don't need to post on Instagram every day. 2, 3, maximum 3 times a week on LinkedIn is satisfactory. So Raven, I hope that answers your question. You want to exist on more than one social media platform. Just in case something happens to one, you're not necessarily starting from scratch because you put all your eggs in one basket. Good, 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 good. All right, guys. If there's no more questions, I won't hold y'all. Thank you for joining. I'm like doing that lingering thing just in case one more question comes in. But you're all free to go. I won't be rude. I'm just hanging around in case somebody, I don't know, wants to wait till the end and drop me a message. But I hope to connect with you all again at My Story, My Brand.